gonna be rich. Rich, I tell you, there's gold in the hills of Massachusetts. Ooh, folks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. The famous butcher cover. Folks, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna beat you all. I'm gonna be rich and famous and have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of rare, valuable Beatles albums in my personal possession, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. I'm sure you've heard about the article in all the media and news outlets. This one happens to be from Boston.com, I believe. Why 50,000 Beatles Butcher LP covers could be buried in Needham, Massachusetts. Do you know who else is from Massachusetts? Moi! I'm from Massachusetts. But if you didn't know that, Needham, Massachusetts happens to be right in my backyard. Oh, let me read the article to you, and then you'll be drooling with envy, drooling with jealousy, because Matthew Street's going to have 50,000 butcher covers, pristine, first state butcher covers, stereo, mono. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be the most famous Beatles fan in the world when I dig up these records and the media is there with all their cameras and news reporters as Matthew Street puts the shovel into the ground and digs up. Ooh, and I know where they are. Let's tell you the whole story, shall we? Destruction was accomplished in 1966. Boston Beatle fans may want to break out their shovels. Could 50,000 rare Beatles butcher covers really be buried in a Needham, Massachusetts landfill? On June of 1966, historical archives show that Boston's Capitol Records team finished burying thousands of now collectible Yesterday and Today record covers in the Needham, Massachusetts town dump. Ryan Walsh, who's a local author and indie musician and musical historian, shared his story on Twitter on June 25th. He posted photos of a June 28, 1966 memo describing the records being destroyed. Why would they destroy them? And a June 25th Boston Globe article on why the covers were destroyed. 50,000 Beatles Butcher LP covers are buried in Needham, Mass, according to Ryan Walsh. And as you know the story, there were 750,000 copies of the original Butcher LP in the hands of distributors all over the country when Capitol Records made the call to change the cover, according to the 66 Boston Globe article. The company had sent out some advance copies to DJs and reviewers, many of whom called and protested vehemently about the cover. What's so bad about the cover? Nothing wrong there. The controversial photo on the jacket taken by Robert Whittaker depicts the Beatles surrounded by decapitated naked baby dolls and raw loins of beef. The new cover shows the Beatles standing around a stage trunk. In the 66 Boston Globe article reported that this was a $250,000 goof, which by today's standards would equal a little over $2 million. According to the memo, 50,700 records were shipped to the Capitol Records Needham Distribution Center near Boston. When the company executives made the call to change the cover, local distribution manager Joe Sobek had to come up with a solution to get rid of the old covers in a secret, secure fashion. So Sobek instructed his employees that the record albums be stripped from their cover at the Boston Capitol Records facility, where thousands of covers were buried in the local dump in Needham, Massachusetts. Wow, they didn't destroy them, did they? Destruction was accomplished by having a hole dug by a clam shovel in a swampy part of the Needham town dump, Sobek wrote to a national distribution manager, Mr. R.L. Howe. By the time the hole was ready for us, it had filled with water. The jackets were dumped on the ground, what? As close as possible to the hole, and then a bulldozer pushed the jackets into the hole. The hole was then covered with about 1 or 2 feet of dirt and will subsequently be covered with garbage, which will be well compacted as time goes by. He posted another document described the incident in detail, but noted that it's unclear who authored it. What? After Capitol Records, the Needham town dump was bribed to make this happen by a radio station who started telling kids they could get free Beatles records at the Needham town dump. Chaos followed. After Capitol Records recalled the original booklet cover, oh my God, became a collectibles. They threw these things into a flooded hole in the ground and covered them with dirt and garbage. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, I guess I'm trying to be a little too big for my britches here, huh? I don't think I'm going to be rich or famous or go dig up anything with a bunch of muck and poo-poo and junk. What a shame, folks. What a shame. 50,000 of these babies. This is my faux one, by the way, but I still love it. It's beautiful. You know, kind of looks like the real thing. Oh, can you imagine, though? Right in my backyard, the Needham town dump in Needham, Massachusetts, Matt Street. I could see my name up in lights. Famous. Matt discovers the long-lost buried treasure of Beatles albums. Oh, I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender. I could have been the most famous Beatles fan on the planet. And now they're in a town dump, soaking with water and mud and muck. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?